It's 7:42 and 61 degrees at KNEB, near 90 for a high today. It's time for News Extra and brought to you by Scottsbluff Vision Clinic. Here is Kevin.
And thank you, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. Our guest today is Maxine Moul. That's probably a name you remember quite a bit. I think Dave, when he was talking yesterday, goes, Maxine Moul, she does more than just USDA Rural Development. Well, you did. You were lieutenant governor for a while, and now you're in charge of the Nebraska section of USDA Rural Development. And we're pleased to have you here. And you've got lots of things to talk about, including a little ceremony yesterday, right?
Right. It's a pleasure for me to be back and to be doing home ownership events all across the state of Nebraska. June is National Homeownership Month, and so we're celebrating with new homeowners across the state. And yesterday afternoon we celebrated with several partners with a new home owned by Monette Van Patten and her family. And so it was a pleasure to see the home, and it is a partnership with Twin Cities Development and Western Nebraska Housing Opportunities.
All right. Everybody may know Monette from her role as a reporter with the Star Herald and so forth. And so she did some stories with TCD and what Western Nebraska Housing Opportunities is doing, and learned about some of that and was able to take advantage of some things, right?
Well, TCD and Western Nebraska Home Opportunities, Housing Opportunities, has been renovating a number of houses in Scottsbluff and Gering as well, and partnering with Magnolia Homes, also partnering with the Scottsbluff and Gering high school students to build homes. This particular home for Monette meant tearing down a dilapidated house on a very large lot, and then moving in a new building which was formerly a housing building and totally renovating it with new kitchen cabinets, new flooring, new appliances. They got to pick out the cabinets they wanted and all of those kinds of things. And it did create a lot of jobs because there were 14 or 15 people involved in doing the renovation of the house, moving it on to the new site. And that's what home ownership is all about, because not only does it give a nice quality of life to people, but it also creates jobs in the process.
Well, that's good. I know just talking to her about a week and a half ago, she was busy doing all the stories we're all doing about the flooding around here, which obviously not as severe as back east, but nevertheless we do have some water issues here. And she was going, I got to get off work so I can go move into my new house. And I didn't realize that she was moving into this particular house and using you guys as a partner in what they're doing, and they're able to work through a Valley Bank and so forth and get a nice loan, right?
Right, and our role as USDA Rural Development was to guarantee that loan. And this is one of about $1 billion worth of loans that have been done in Nebraska through USDA Rural Development since 1979. And we're actually going to celebrate tomorrow with the family that realized that $1 billionth loan, not for themselves, but in total.
In total, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And of course, Scottsbluff County is one of the probably the largest county in the state that partners with the USDA Rural Development for low-interest loans for folks so they can get affordable homes.
Right. The lenders in this county have been very, very receptive to this program, and Scottsbluff County is consistently number one, number two each year. Last year we did $102 million in loan guarantees across the state.
And that's pretty much what it's going to be from here on out, right? This program has really expanded.
It really has expanded. It's self-sustaining now because we do have a loan origination fee, and we also have an annual fee that will make this program nationwide sustaining. We had a little 3-month hiatus and a lack of funds this last year, but that is not expected to ever happen again because it is self-sustaining now. And we actually have more dollars available this year than we ever had before. We have $164 million available in the state versus $102 million that we did last year. So we're hoping that people will learn more about this program, take advantage of it, work with their realtors and with the lenders who are such good partners for us.
Okay. How do they get involved in this program if they say, boy, maybe I can qualify? It's kind of is it an income based program? Is that what it is?
It's income based. It's also based on the median household income within a county, and it is also based on the population. So we can do these home loans in communities of 20,000 population or less. Norfolk and Columbus, however, have been grandfathered in. They went over the 20,000 population limit in 1990, but they've been allowed to continue with the program.
All right, so they just have to walk into USDA Rural Development and say, I want to see if I can qualify for this, right?
Right. Or they can start with their realtor or their lender.
Okay. All right, we'll talk more right after this. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? This thing in regards to Hispanic and Latino women?
Sure, that would be great.
Okay. We are back on News Extra. Maxine Moul with USDA Rural Development is here today to talk about some of the programs that USDA Rural Development is working on and associated with in our region and locally. And there's a program involving Hispanic and Latino women, right?
It is actually, it's a program for women, whether they're minority or not,
Okay.
and for Hispanic and Latino farmers and ranchers. And this is a process that was announced by Secretary of Agriculture Vilsack earlier this year. It is an effort to settle any claims of discrimination that those two population segments might have against USDA for being denied loans or grants from the period of 1981 to 2000. We actually had claims by African American farmers and by American Indian farmers that were settled in class action. The judges did not grant class action status to the Hispanics and the women farmers. And so the Department of Justice and USDA have worked out a process where people can apply for claim settlement if they feel that they have been discriminated against. And it's a very easy process. There's a website that's been set up, and it's just farmerclaims.gov, and they can get all of the information on that. So we hope that people who have any feeling of discrimination, that they would come forward and make those claims applications.
All right, once they make the claims, then a review process, I'm sure, takes place.
Right, the review process is through the Department of Justice. We're only doing the outreach to make sure that people are aware of this.
Okay. Some of the other things you guys are doing, helping with the flooding. I know here it may not be as bad as back east, but back east with the Missouri River, it is a situation where you're providing some temporary housing, right?
Right. We do have multifamily housing units across the state, so if people are displaced along the Platte River, they should contact their local USDA Rural Development office. It is much more severe in the eastern part of the state. We have presidential disaster areas now declared for 30 counties in the state of Nebraska, and if you're an adjacent county, you're also included in that disaster declaration. I grew up along the Missouri River. I have never seen anything like this in my life. I was very involved when I was lieutenant governor during the 1993 flood, flew over it, was involved in lots of activities. It pales in comparison to this.
Just amazing.
It is.
So, how many people are displaced out there? Thousands of people?
Literally thousands. And we have a state emergency board meeting this morning. I'm not sure I'm going to make it on that, but I have staff who will be on it, just reviewing on a weekly basis what is occurring. FEMA obviously is involved. Our all kinds of agencies are involved in trying to help farmers, ranchers, and homeowners. Some of those homeowners probably will never return to their homes.
And even those that do probably won't return till maybe well into the fall, right?
Yeah. I've heard October, others have said it may be December.
Wow. So, pretty rough situation.
It
back
is.
east.
It's unprecedented.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're glad you're helping those people out, and of course, anybody here that's displaced, if they need some help, they need to probably talk to you folks, right?
Very definitely.
And you can call the local USDA Rural Development office and find out about some of the ways they can help you out. Just look it up in the phone book, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it.
Or you can always go to our website, which is rurdev.usda.gov/NE.
Yeah. And if you didn't get all of that, just Google USDA Rural Development in Nebraska. It'll come up for you. Okay. All right. Very good. Well, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it, Maxine, and glad you're in the area.
Thanks, Kevin. It's a pleasure to be out here on a glorious day.
Yeah, it really is a wonderful day. All right. Back to you, Dan.